Let's take a look at this problem. We got f of x is equal to, this is a piecewise function, x plus 5 square root of 9 minus x squared, negative x plus 5. This is when x is less than or equal to negative 3. And this is when negative 3 is less than x, less than or equal to positive 3. And this is when x is greater than 3. Okay, A. We want to find f of negative 4. Now, when you're asked to evaluate, whatever's inside here is your x. So basically, they're telling us x is negative 4. Now, we want to mentally plug this into our conditions over here and see which one's true. So if I put negative 4 here, negative 4 is less than or equal to negative 3. Negative 4 is between negative 3 and 3 including 3. Or negative 4 is greater than 3. Well, it's actually true in this first piece right here. Negative 4 is less than or equal to negative 3. Since it's true here, then we're going to plug it into this first piece. So, we got x plus 5, and we're going to plug this negative 4 in for the x. Negative 4 plus 5 is 1. Now B. B is f of negative 3. Again, whatever number's inside the parentheses here is your x, so they're telling us x is equal to negative 3. Now we're going to mentally plug this value in for the x in our conditions here. Well, if I put negative 3 in right here, I get negative 3 is less than or equal to negative 3. And the question is whether that's true or not. And it is true. It's not less than, but it's equal to negative 3. Since it's true in this condition, then we're going to plug it into our first piece. So again, we got parentheses plus 5. I replace the x with parentheses. And then we'll plug a negative 3 in here. Negative 3 plus 5 is 2. Now C. We got f of 3. And again, whatever's inside your parentheses here is your x. So they're telling us x is 3. Now I'm going to mentally plug this into the conditions over here. So I'll put 3 here. Is 3 less than or equal to negative 3? No, it isn't. If I plugged in this last piece, is 3 greater than 3? No, it isn't. Then if I put 3 into this middle one, negative 3 is less than 3 is less than or equal to positive 3? That'd be true. Since it's true in this condition, that means we're going to plug it into this second piece. So I got square root of 9 minus, I'm going to replace my x with parentheses, squared. And we just said x is 3, so I'll plug 3 in there. So we got square root of 9 minus 3 squared is 9. 9 minus 9 is 0, and square root of 0 gives us 0. Now D. D is f of 3.001. Okay, so whatever's inside of our parentheses here is our x. So they're telling us specifically x is equal to 3.001. We're going to mentally plug that into our conditions here. So I'll put 3.001 here. Then the question is 3.001 less than or equal to negative 3? No, it isn't. So I come down to my second one here. If I put 3.001 here, is 3.001 between negative 3 and 3 including 3? No, it isn't. Then if I put it in for this x, is 3.001 greater than 3? And it is, which means I'll plug it into my third piece here. So we're going to put parentheses in where our variable was. So we got negative x plus 5, so I replace the x with parentheses. Whatever number's inside the parentheses here is what we put in right here. And I'm not very good with decimals, so I'm going to use a calculator. Shouldn't have to, but negative, I'll blame it on the lateness of the evening. I'm not used to staying up to 141. Negative 3.001 plus 5 gives us 1 point, and then 3 nines. So that's our answer. Now E. We got f of negative 3.001. And again, whatever's inside of our parentheses are x, so they're telling us x is equal to negative 3.001. We're going to mentally plug that into our conditions. So you ask yourself if negative 3 is less than or equal to negative 3. And it is. It's kind of weird because as you go further to the left, like negative 4, negative 5, all of those are less than negative 3, even though they may appear like they're larger. Since it's true in this first condition, we're going to plug it into our first piece. So I'll put parentheses where my variable was, and I'll plug in negative 3.001. And I'm going to have to use calculator again. Actually, wait a minute. That's kind of bizarre. Let me think about that. Yeah, I guess that would be. Okay, so negative 3.001 plus 5 gives us that same answer. This is the way the signs worked out. And F. We want to find f of 2. Now, whatever numbers inside of our parentheses are x, so they're telling us x is equal to 2. And we're going to mentally plug that into the conditions over here and see which one's true. So I put 2 here for this x. Is 2 less than or equal to negative 3? No, it isn't. If I put 2 in my last condition, is 2 greater than 3? No, it isn't. If I put 2 here, is 2 between negative 3 and 3, including 3? Yes, it is. It's between these two numbers, which means that it's true in my second condition, which means I plug it into my second piece here. So I got square root of 9 minus x squared, so I replace the x with parentheses. Whatever number's in here is what we put in the parentheses there. 9 minus 2 squared is 4, and 9 minus 4 is 5, so our answer is square root of 5.